Hi, my name is Rachel Coleman and today I'm teaching a mixed level Pilates class. So suitable to all levels. There'll be options to increase the strength in the class, but take it in your own stride. Hope you enjoy it. We'll start off today on the mat. So we're going to come down and we'll come into what we call a mermaid position. So taking a bend in your right knee and then having the right shin across the mat, and then your left knee bends and the shin is back here towards the end of the mat. And make yourself comfortable. Sometimes people prefer to have their foot tucked in here. Some people prefer to have it out further. Don't be uncomfortable. However, try to adjust yourself a little bit so that the two seat bones are towards the mat. The left one will be up a little bit more because we're seated onto the right hand side. But just encouraging it back a little bit. Nothing forced, but just that you're kind of even onto the two seat bones. From here, we'll roll the shoulders back and just release out any little bits of tension that we're holding here in the shoulders. And then we'll let the chin come to the chest and turn the head to look over the left shoulder. Take a big inhale here. As we exhale, we release the chin across the body as though we're drawing a smile with the chin and look over the right shoulder. Big inhale. As we exhale, we release the chin across the body again, look over the left shoulder, big inhale. And as we exhale, we draw that smile across the body, look over the right shoulder. And then we'll come back to center. Placing the right hand down on the mat and taking a little soft bend in the right elbow. Send the left arm over, reach up first of all out of the ribcage, look up with your vision. And then lean over to the right hand side, sending the left fingertips away, but keeping the arm in line with the ear. Try not to let that chest fall forward. With the right hand, having a soft little bit of pressure into the hand to encourage the left seat bones back onto the mat. So they're feeling that stretch along the left hand side of the rib cage and the waist. Big inhale as we windmill the two arms across. Left hand comes down, right fingertips go across the body. Send them away in line with the ear again, avoiding the chest falling forward. Big inhale as we exhale, windmill across again. A little bit of pressure into the right hand to send the left seat bones back. Left fingertips away. Big inhale, exhale, change over. Right fingertips away. Reaching away should feel good along the side of the body, the rib cage and the waist. Big inhale, exhale, reach away. Hold it here for a little second. The left hand, you bring the fingertips to behind the head. Open the elbow nice and wide and high, try to avoid it falling forward. From your rib cage, we rotate around to have a look at the right hand. Again, avoiding just bringing the elbow around. We want to think elbow nice and wide. We rotate from the rib cage, a little pressure into the right hand. And we open back, and we go open a little wider than where we started. So we look up, big inhale. As we exhale, we rotate back around to have a look at the right hand. Inhale as we're coming back up and we open out. Exhale as we rotate around from the rib cage, upper spine, little pressure into the right hand. Inhale as we open up. And exhale as we come down. Last one here. Inhale as we open up. Exhale as we come back down. And then we come back to center. Big inhale, reach the hands up to the ceiling. Reach up. As we exhale, we fold forward. Bring the fingertips to the floor. Send your vision towards the floor. Walk the fingertips away and creep forward, but send your seat bones back a little. So you want to feel that coming into opening the hips here. Hold it here for a little second. Big inhale. And exhale, send the seat bones back. Big inhale. And exhale, send the seat bones back. Then bring your elbows down. See, could you walk and creep the fingertips out as you send the seat bones down, and the intensity of that little hip opening you'll feel. Big inhale. And exhale. One more big breath here. And exhale. exhale. Lovely work. Bring yourselves back up. Right hand comes behind you. Left arm comes across. We lift up the hips, send them forward, and we open up. Really send those hips forward, send the glutes, little squeeze, look at the left hand back behind you, and release back down. Lifting back up, opening the front of the body, turning yourself inside out a little. The opposite to how we are seated, we're opening up the whole of the front body. We've got 3, and down, and 2, and down, using the breath again, inhaling up and exhaling down. Lovely work, guys. We're going to change the legs over and come to the other side. So bend in the left knee forward, left shin along the edge of the mat, right knee comes back and the right foot behind here. And again, just adjusting yourself, and it'll feel completely different to the other side. So I'm much higher on this side. I find with my right side, I find it hard to encourage it down. That's okay. Just having a think of sending that right side down a little bit. From here, the left hand comes to the mat. We send the right hand up to the ceiling and we reach up out of the rib cage, look up. Soft bend in the left arm as we send the right fingertips over, encouraging with the left hand to send the seat bone, the right seat bone back, trying not to hike this with us so we get that extra stretch along the rib cage and the side of the waist. Big inhale. And then we windmill across. As we exhale, we place the right hand down, left fingertips away, chest lovely and open at the front. Big inhale as we windmill across. Exhale as we send the fingertips away, encouraging the seat bone back down, the right one with the left hand. Big inhale, windmill across. Exhale, fingertips away. Beautiful stretch on the left hand side. Inhale, windmill across. Exhale, send the right fingertips away. And then we'll bring the right fingertips to behind the head. The elbow stays lovely and wide. Rib cage, upper spine work here as we rotate around to have a look at the left hand. Little pressure in the left hand here to get that twist around. And we come back up and we go a little wider. When we come up, we look open the chest. We exhale as we rotate around from the rib cage, elbow nice and wide. We inhale as we come back up, opening the chest. We exhale as we come back down. We inhale as we open back up. Exhale as we come back down. Last one here. Inhale as we come back up. And exhale, rotating back around. And then bring yourself back to center. We'll walk the hands out in front, again keeping on the fingertips, and we'll send the seat bones back a little, so we're coming into opening up these hip flexors here. They'll be screaming a little bit, so no pain, just a little bit of discomfort. Let the vision come towards the floor, just don't drop the head down lower than the spine. We want to just look kind of ahead. Walk the fingertips away. Big inhale here. And exhale, send the seat bones back. Big inhale. And exhale, seat bones back. Then let the hands come flat, then the elbows down. And we might walk the fingertips away as we go a little bit longer away. Big inhale. And exhale. Big inhale. And exhale. Walk the hands back towards you. The left hand this time comes behind. The right arm comes across the body and we lift the hips forward. Squeeze the glutes a little, hips go forward. We look back at the right hand and we release it back down. Lovely big opening of the hips, sending them forward, turning the body inside out and release back down. Inhaling as we come up, having a look at that hand. Exhaling as we release. Inhaling as we come up, hips go lovely and forward. Exhale as we come down. Last one here, lifting up and then releasing back down. Lovely work, guys. We're going to come on to our left elbow here, and we're going to keep the left leg bent as it is so that the knee is in front, the shin is along the mat. flex the left foot, and make sure that the two hips are stacked. So your left hip is below your right. You're not too far down, the hips uneven, one on top of the other. The right hand is on your waist, and having a check that this left shoulder is in line with the elbow. We don't want to be out here or in here. We want to protect the shoulder here. From there, we lift the right leg, up. We also want to have a check of our rib cage here. If we lift this leg up, we tend to collapse down. We want to draw up the rib cage so we keep this little triangular shape here underneath. And then from there, we're lifting the right leg higher than hip height, back in line with the hip. Higher than hip height, back in line with the hip. So trying not to let that heel ever come past the hip and down towards the mat. We want to keep it here. We bring it up and back. The other thing to think about is the heel is flexed, the toes are back towards the head. So this leg is fully alive. It's not just hanging there and I'm kind of half lifting it up. We want to have energy out of the leg. Also trying to avoid throwing it up without control. We want nice control as we go. We don't have to go too high. It's just about keeping that leg in control and that the leg is alive and working, drawing up on the rib cage. We've 3 and 2 and the last one here. We take a bend in the knee and it comes over the lower leg, but keeping it in line with the hip, the heel stays in line with the knee. Try to avoid this from happening. And then when we send it away, we don't just come back into the bend in the knee. Think of sending the heel out down the end of the mat, so you'll feel that extra little bit of length into the hip. Then we come forward again and we send it long away. Don't forget your rib cage. Bring it forward. Send it long away. Extra energy out of the heel. Bring it forward. Lovely work, guys. Keeping that leg at hip height. We've got 3 and long and 2 and long. Last one here. Send it long. Flex the heel again. Lots of energy. We drop the toes towards the mat. So your thigh bone is now turned towards to face down, but the heel is staying the same height as the hip. And then we do little circles from the thigh bone. If you're rolling your ankle or your knee, try to think, oh no, I want this movement to come from the thigh bone. Change direction. 6, 5, 4, rib cage, 3, 2, 1. Flex the heel again. And at this point, the bum is screaming and you're like, leave me alone. So let that leg come forward, point the toe, send it back. Flex the heel, bring it forward, point the toe, send it back. Have a little check as we go through here that we're not letting the upper body sway forward and back. Control, nice and quiet movement of just the leg. We bring it forward, point the toe, send it back, flex the heel. Last one here, point the toe, send it back, flex the heel, pulse up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Ooh. Rub that glute, loosen it out. From there, we bring the left hand to the mat, the left knee to the mat, the right leg goes long. We have a couple of options here. We'll start off with keeping the left knee down, and you can then advance it to lifting it up if you wish. The right hand goes up to the ceiling. We reach up and over into a side bend. We come back to center and we thread the right arm in underneath the left and we look under. We come back to center. We reach up and over. We want a curve in the body. We want the obliques here to send the hips high as well as our arm helping us here. And then we come back and we rotate from that rib cage again around and we come back to center. Now continuing on as we are, or if you want to advance it, you pop that left leg in behind the right and you're in your full side plank, checking the wrist is in line with the shoulder. We go up and over into our side bend. We come back to center and we thread in underneath. Have a look at the hand. We come back open fully to center. We come up and over, side bend. We come back to center and we thread in underneath, lifting the hips. Up to center, up and over, side bend. Come back to center. We thread under. We've one more here, guys. Back to center, up and over, back to center, threading under, coming back to center. placing the left knee down if you haven't already. 2 hands onto the mat, turn, come onto all fours here. We'll come into our cat-cow stretch. So wrists in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. We inhale as we look forward, send the seat bones back, open your collarbones. As we exhale, we send the chin to the chest, we roll through the spine, we tuck the tailbone under. Find a little length in the spine, send the crown of the head forward. As we inhale again, we look forward and we send the seat bones back, open the chest. As we exhale, we send the chin to the chest, roll through the spine, tuck the tailbone under. Last one here, we inhale, we look forward, and then as we exhale, chin to the chest, roll through your spine, and then come back to neutral. So a couple of little things to think about here. We're going to, the mouth of the core is your bottom rib and your hip, and we want to think about closing that up. So drawing up on the rib cage, we come up into the shoulders. If you were to separate your 2 hands from on the mat away from each other, you'll come up into your shoulders. We tuck the toes in underneath, we lift the knees a little inch, and then we place them down. We lift the knees an inch, and we place them back down. Lift them an inch, hold it here. From there, we're going to step the right foot forward, toes slightly turned out. The left foot forward, toes slightly turned out. We let the seat bones come down, and we're in a low seated squat. We bring our hands to a prayer position. Now, the idea with the low seated squat is we really want to try and have the heels flat. So trying to avoid the heels up on our hunkers, we want them down. We might need to have our seat bones higher, that's no problem. It's a work in progress, this one, when you try and get your seat bones nice and low. Really good position, especially if you're at desks and things, but also it's really good for your digestion, your whole body. So being here for a couple of minutes every day is really advisable. But from there, we're going to find length in the spine as well. We want to try to avoid curving down here. So we have lovely long spine, long neck. We have 2 options here, so we'll do the first option where we place the hands down, flat on the mat. We step the right foot back to a floating knee. We step the left foot back to a floating knee. We hold it here. We then step the left foot forward, toes slightly turned out, right foot forward, toes slightly turned out, and we come back to our low seated squat. So you can continue on with that movement, singularly moving the legs back and forth. Slightly more advanced is you hop, the knees hover. You hop forward, you come back to your low seated squat. You place the hands down, you hop, the knees hover, you hop forward, you're in your low seated squat. Trying to land the feet as quietly as possible and not kind of thud them down. Lengthen the spine and neck. We hop them back, knees hover, we hop forward, we come back, lovely long spine. We've 2 more here. And last one here. We meet back in our low seated squat. Holding it here again for the last little minute, finding length in the spine, and then beautifully and gracefully releasing the seat bones down without falling over and letting the legs fly in the air is the aim of the game. And we'll turn and come onto our right elbow to come to the other side. So right elbow down in line with the shoulder, fingertips out. Right knee is bent, the shin is along the mat, and one hip stacked on top of the other. We send the left leg long, the left hand onto the hip. We lift and lower, lift and lower. So again, in line with the hip, we try not to let the heel come down towards the mat. We want to go higher and back down, but in control, energy out of the heel. Drawing up on this rib cage here, nice triangular shape is kept that way too. So we've got 3 and 2 and last one. Taking a bend in the knee, bring it forward, heel stays the same height as the knee. We send it long away, send energy out that heel, and then bring it back forward. moving with intent. Drive that heel away, find that little extra length in the hip, and we bring it forward. Lovely. We've got 3 and forward, draw up in the rib cage. And last one here, hold it out in line with the hip, just the toes fall, so the thigh bone has rotated downwards. Little circles, keeping that heel high. What we'll want to do is when we come down, the heel will want to come down towards the mat, keeping it the same height as the hip. Change direction, toes still turned downwards. 3, 2, 1, and I know those legs are screaming. Flex the heel, leg lovely and straight comes forward, point the toe, send it back. Flex the heel, bring it forward, point the toe, send it back. Upper body stays lovely and still. It's not rocking back and forth with the leg. The back leg goes right back, not just here, fully back. Flex the heel, bring it forward, point the toe, send it back. Last one here, flex, forward, point the toe, send it back, hold it, flex, pulse up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Rub out that glute. We bring our right hand to the mat, right knee to the mat, left hand to the ceiling. Staying like this for the first couple. Anyway, we reach up and over, side bend, but we think of sending that rib cage up to get that extra little lift. We come back to center and we rotate in underneath. Have a look at the left hand. We open back out, opening the chest, reaching up and over into sending the hips high, side bend. Back to center, we rotate in underneath, rib cage around, and we come back. Staying here if you want, or advancing to lifting the right leg in underneath, making sure that wrist is in line with the shoulder. We lift up into our side bend. We come back to center. We rotate in underneath. Have a look at that hand. Bring it back to center. Up and over. Back to center. Rotate in underneath. Back to center. Up and over. Chest stays open. Try not to let that top arm come in front of the ear. Last one here. Up and over. Back to center. Rotate under. Come back to center. Bring your left hand back to the mat, and we'll come back into our full plank position here. So we want to check our position here. If at all, at any stage, you can place the knees down if you need to, guys. But we want to check our 10 fingers are spread wide and our shoulders are in line with our wrists. We're in a nice, good, strong position. Seat bone's not too high, not coming into the lower back either. We're good and strong. Looking towards the end of the mat, the head isn't down, where our spine is in line with the crown of our head. We're holding it here for a little second. We've 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 knees come down. Lovely work. We're going to bring the right arm in line with the ear, trying to make sure that the rib cage doesn't shine out with us. We're going to keep it, holding it here in line with the ear. The left leg goes long. We let the left knee come in to meet the right elbow, curl into the spine, and then we go out long. We curve into the spine and we go out long. Arm back to in line with the ear, hips facing down, rib cage down. We have 5 and long, and 4 and long, 3, 2, and last 1. Out long, place them back down. Left arm this time in line with the ear, right arm, left leg long. Knee to elbow, elbow to knee, curving into the upper spine or the mid spine. Up, and we're out long. I'm looking at my arm and my hair curler burning my arm. Dangerous things when you're back out in restaurants and things and you're using hair curlers. We've got 3 and 2 and last 1. Bring it back to center. Keeping a bend in this right leg here. The left leg goes long, but the toes come down. onto the mat. We move that left hand out a little bit so that the wrist is slightly in front of the shoulder. We open up with the right hand to the ceiling and we thread it through underneath. We open back up, inhale up, exhale, send it through. Inhale up, exhale, send it through. Last one here. Inhale, opening the chest around and bring it back down. We're going to bring the right hand back to the mat. Move that left hand a little bit back so that you're in line with the shoulders again. From here, we're rotating the elbows, so the creases in your elbows. You can remove your elbows without moving your hands or your shoulders. They rotate around so the crease in your elbow is facing forwards. We want to keep the elbows in tight here, so we're going to come into this kind of little movement of the elbows staying in, but we also want to think about the head going forward. We're going to lift the left leg off the mat here, and there's a couple of options. Even just coming to here might be all you have available to you today, and that's fine. We can go a little lower, or we can go into a full Pilates press up here by sending the forehead forward, the back leg goes high, and we come back in. The important thing is that the elbows are in, the creases of the elbows are facing forwards. Lovely work. We've got 3 and back, and 2 and back. Last one here and back. Let that left knee come in. The right leg goes long behind. We lift the left arm up towards the ceiling, open the chest, rotate around from the rib cage, and then send it in underneath. Sorry, we'll move that right hand a little bit out from the shoulder, and we look under at the left. We open up, and as we exhale, we rotate in underneath. Inhale, open up, and exhale, rotate in underneath. Last one here. Inhale, open up, exhale, rotate in underneath. Bring the left hand back to the mat, and we'll move this right hand back again in line with the shoulder. We rotate those elbows, creases facing forwards. Right leg lifts, we'll point the toe. We come into a little bend in the elbows. We'll have a little practice run, and then maybe if you feel you have the ability to go a little further, we send the forehead forward, the back leg high, and we come back up. Elbows in, lovely and tight, and back up. We've got 3 and up, 2 and up. Last one here, and we come back up. Right foot comes down to the mat, left foot comes back to meet it. We hold them here for a second. Then we send our seat bones back to our heels. Reach away with the hands, keep the knees hovering if possible, and then we spring forward to our plank again. We send our seat bones back over the heels. If you need to, rest the knees, otherwise keep them hovering. We'll curl through the spine, looking chin to chest, and then open out. Try not to dip the spine. And then we send the seat bones back again, ideally hovering the knees. Then spring through the spine, chin to the chest. We roll ourselves back out. One more here. We send the seat bones back to the heels. Go through the spine as we come out into our plank, and then we send ourselves into a down dog. Walk it out, guys. Big bend in one knee. Send the opposite heel down, sending your head back to the heel that goes down, so that you're coming into a little bit of movement and loosening in the shoulders. We've got 3 and 2 and last one. Feet are hip distance apart, so as though there's a tennis ball between the 2 feet. Take a bend in the 2 knees, big bend. Send the tummy to the thighs, seat bones back, and we should feel a nice stretch into the shoulders. Pressing a little bit of extra weight into the left hand side, into the right hand side, into the left hand side, into the right hand side. Big inhale as we straighten the legs. Exhale as we release the heels down. Send the seat bones back a little so that you really deepen that hamstring stretch. Big bend in the two knees, tummy to the thighs, seat bones back, into those shoulders a little bit, move left and right. Big inhale as we straighten the legs, and then as we exhale, we release the heels down. Seat bones back a little in order to come into a deeper hamstring stretch. Walk the feet towards the hands, keeping the legs nice and straight. Ideally keeping the hands close to the mat or down on the mat as much as possible. Two straight legs, we're looking forward at the edge of the mat or the end of the mat. Take a big inhale. As we exhale, we fold the head down towards the knees, encouraging it back a little with your fingertips. And then we look forward as we inhale. And then exhale, we drop down towards the knees. Big inhale, we look forward, and exhale, we release back down. We walk the feet back towards the end of the mat, and we come back into down dog. Send the seat bones back, the heels down. We walk the hands back towards the feet this time. Soft bend in the knees, and again, we want to see that we have release everything out. We let go of the head, neck and shoulders. We shake it all out. Big inhale. And exhale. Big inhale. And exhale. And then slowly beginning to re-stack as we come up. Everything's heavy. Head, neck and shoulders. Taking a big inhale, we'll send the fingertips up to the ceiling. And as we exhale, we open out, chin to chest. One more time, big inhale, send the hands up to the ceiling. As we exhale, we open the hands a little bit behind us, chin to our chest. Lovely work, guys. We're going to step forward with our left leg here. Our right foot is behind us, the heel is lifted. We'll send the hands up again to the ceiling and then release them back down. We'll come into a lunge as we send the hands up, and we come back up to standing as we send the hands down. Back knee comes down towards the mat as much as possible. Front knee is in line with the heel. Try to avoid it going over the toes. And when we're down, we want to make sure that we're driving into the front leg in order to drive ourselves back up. We've got 3, down, 2. Last one, we hold it down, hands are up towards the ceiling. We're going to open out. Right fingertips go forward, left fingertips go back. Separate the two hands away from each other. Try to look back at the back hand. Bring the two hands back to center. We stand up and we let the body fold forward. The two hands go behind us. Reach back up to the ceiling. We come down to a lunge. We open out, right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. Look back at the left hand if you can. Separate the two hands away from each other. Big inhale, two hands up. We straighten up the two legs. We fold forward, flat spine. Two hands brush along and go behind us. Last one here, we come up. We come down to our lunge. We open out, look back at the backhand, separate the two hands from each other. Big inhale to send the hands to the ceiling. Two straight legs. We fold forward, flat spine. Two arms go back. They come back up with two hands to the ceiling and we turn to center. We bring the hands to prayer position and we come down to a lunge and back up. Lovely work. So we've been in our low seated squat today already, so we can go really nice and low. We want to keep the body nice and upright. So we want to avoid the body going forward, seat bones high. We want a nice upright body, seat bones low, releasing down each time as we go. Lovely work. We've got 3 and 2. Last one here, we hold it down. We're going to let the body bend forward a little as we send the right elbow to the ceiling, the left elbow to the floor, and we look to the right. We come back to center. lift the body upright. We bend a little forward, right elbow to the floor, left elbow to the ceiling. We look to the left. We come back to center, body upright, seat bones stay low. Last one on each side, guys. Elbows nice and wide. Left elbow down, right elbow up. We look to the right. We come back to center, body upright, body a little forward. We go to the opposite side. We come back to center, body upright. We stand up. Woo! Okay. Right foot forward, left foot back. And we come down into a lunge. The arms go up as we go down. The arms go down as we go up. Exhale down. Inhale, drive into that front leg. Checking that the front knee is in line with the heel, not over the toes. Don't want to come into any knees here. Body nice and upright. We've got 3 and 2. And last one, we hold it down here, we open out, left fingertips forward, right fingertips back. We look back at the right hand, we try to separate the 2 hands from each other. We send the hands to the ceiling and we stand back up. We come back down, we open back out. Oh, I forgot the arm bit. Send the hands away. We come back, we stand up, apologies. We fold forward, flat spine, and we send the hands back behind us and fall over if you're me. Come back, hands to the ceiling. We come down to a lunge. We open out, right hand back, left hand forward, body nice and upright. 2 hands to the ceiling. We step up, and then we fold forward, flat spine. 2 hands come back behind. Last one here, 2 hands to the ceiling, come back down, open out, right hand back, left hand forward, opening the chest, up to center, stand up, turn, we come back down into our squats. Keep the hands up towards the ceiling. We've got 5 and 4, 3, 2, last one here. We're going to hold it down low here, guys. The arms come out by our sides. They go out in front, but we send the shoulders back. Then we come up in line with the ears. They come out at the sides. They come out in the front, shoulders back. Up in line with the ears. Out at the sides. In front. We'll change direction. Out wide. In line with the ears. Out in front, shoulders back. Out wide. Up in line with the ears. When will it end? Open wide. In line with the ears. Last one here. Open wide. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Stand up. Okay, guys, well done. We're going to walk the right foot down. We're going to come into a roll down. Feet are hip distance apart. Chin to chest. Let everything go heavy again. Soft bend in the knees. When we're down here, checking the weight isn't too far back on the heels. We want to come a little bit even between the toes and the heels. And then we're going to bring the hands down. We step the right foot to the edge of the mat, toes slightly turned out. Left foot to the edge of the mat, toes slightly turned out. And then we'll bring ourselves back to our low seated squat. The last of the day, I promise. So we have a nice long spine again. And hopefully it feels a bit looser than the first time we did this. And then we're going to, again, beautifully, gracefully place our seat bones down without falling over. Okay, lovely, guys. Last little bit here. Nice stretch to finish off. We'll roll down onto our backs. Open the shoulders here. Send the hands up to the ceiling. Reach the fingertips right up. So the 2 shoulder blades are now out either side of your body. And then as we bring the shoulders back down, the 2 shoulder blades are coming in and meeting each other underneath. The hands go a little wider in order to be in line with the shoulders. We reach up, inhale. We exhale, send the 2 shoulder blades back in underneath. We reach up, inhale. And exhale, come in underneath. Last one here, reach up, inhale. And exhale, come back in underneath. Lovely work. Feet, bring a bit of awareness to, just that they're even, the weight is evenly distributed inside and outsides of the feet, that they're hip distance apart. And then we're going to bring a bit of awareness to the pelvis. Send the pelvis down towards the heels and you come to an arch in the spine. Then we come back to center and then send the pelvis back towards the belly button. Come back to center and then down towards the heels, back to center and then back towards the belly button. Back to center. Take a big inhale. As we exhale, we'll tilt the belly button back towards tilt the pelvis back towards the belly button and begin to peel the spine up off the floor. And as we do, we let the arms go overhead. When we come into our bridge, we hold it at the top. Big inhale. As we exhale, we slowly release the spine back down onto the mat. We let the two arms come forward and come back in line with the shoulders as we land the seat bones, and we come back into that arch shape where we send the pelvis to the heels, chin to the chest. Big inhale. As we exhale, we tilt the pelvis back towards the belly button. We begin to peel the spine up off the floor again as we send the arms back overhead. Big inhale at the top, and as we exhale, we release the spine back down. Think about landing the seat bones towards the heels a little bit more if you can, so you find length in the spine, and when they land, we come into that arch position. And then big inhale. As we exhale, we lift back up, even weight in 2 feet, so the knees are facing forwards. This time we leave the hands there. You can actually really relax the arms, let a soft bend come in the elbows. Take a big inhale. As we exhale, we release back down again. Seat bones land towards the heels, tilt into the pelvis. Big inhale. As we exhale, we lift the pelvis back up off the floor. We hold it here at the top for a little second, guys. We're going to come back into exhaling, but nice and slow. We're going to release really slow. Taking a big, huge inhale. 2 knees facing forward, even weight inside and outside of the feet. We'll just let go, wrinkle your forehead and release your forehead. Wrinkle your forehead, release your forehead. Let go of your cheeks, let go of your jaw. And then as we exhale slowly, we'll just only let go of your collarbones into the mat. Only let go of your chest bone into the spine. Front ribs to back ribs. And then as your mid-spine and lower spine begin to come towards the mat, send the seat bones towards the heels. Land, tilt the pelvis down towards the heels, chin to the chest. Send the fingertips away. Big inhale. As we exhale, last time here, roll the pelvis back towards the belly button. Release the arms nice and relaxed. Lift yourselves back up. Big inhale. As we exhale, wrinkle and release the forehead, the cheeks, the jaw. Then just release the collarbones into the mat, the chest bone into the spine, front ribs to back ribs. And as your mid to lower spine hits, we start to send those seat bones towards the heels and land. Chin to chest into that arch in the spine. Send the fingertips away and release. Bring the arms around down by your sides. Bring them behind the thighs. Hug the knees in. Rock left and right. Take a big inhale. One more big breath. Roll onto your right hand side. Come up to seated. Legs crossed. Take a big inhale, send the fingertips to the ceiling. And as you exhale, open out, chin to the chest. And guys, you are all done. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining me.